my channel. Hope you all had a great start for 2022. So what's the topic of discussion today? It's H4 EAD. Once you're in USA on an H4 visa and you want to earn money, maybe by doing a business or taking up a job or anything, you will need an Employment Authorization Document. Yes, you will need an EAD. So today's video, we will be discussing what is an EAD, who all are eligible for EAD, what is the documentation process and how to file for EAD. So let's get started. So the very first thing that we need to check is who all are eligible for EAD. Not all the H4 visa holders are eligible. This basically depends on the status of your primary applicant, that is the H1B holder on whose visa you are dependent. So there are two eligibility criteria. First, the H1B holder, that is your spouse, must have an approved I-140. If he or she has an approved I-140, then that makes the dependent H4 visa holder eligible for EAD. That is the first criteria. The second criteria is that the H1B visa holder has been granted under the AC-21 a status to remain legally and work in US beyond his 6-year max out period. That is beyond his 6-year time limit, that is his max out period, he has been granted permission to stay and work legally. So if you fulfill any of these two criteria, either he has been granted under the AC-21 or he has an approved I-140, that makes the H4 dependent visa holder eligible for EAD. So this is where it gets a bit tricky. When you're fulfilling the first criteria, that is if you want to apply for H4 EAD based on your H1B's approved I-140, it's super simple. You don't need an attorney. You can do it by yourself. I have also done it by myself because my spouse had an approved I-140. But if you are qualifying under the second category, there the documentation process might become a little bit complicated because USCIS usually does not track the applications that have been approved under the AC-21 specifically. So you need to provide an evidence to be eligible under the category, and hence the documentation might slightly vary from case to case. So you will have to provide an evidence that you qualify under any of those categories. As I was qualifying under the first category, I provided the approved I-140 for my spouse to prove that I am eligible for EAD. Similarly, you can also provide your H1B applicant's previous passports, his I-94s. You can also provide his LCS. You can also provide his pending I-140 as an evidence to prove your eligibility for EAD. So if you're filing for H4 EAD for the first time, do not panic. It's a very simple process. It's basically a 3-step process. First, fill out the application form, that is I-765. You need to fill that out. Very simple and easy details to be put in there. You can do it all by yourself. There is no need of any attorney in this. Okay. Second, the application fees. An application fees of $410 is required to be filed along with your documents. We will discuss on how to file this application fees. So third, gather all your supporting documents, your application, print it, sign it, and then you need to post it. So we will be discussing all of these steps one by one. So the first step is filling out the form I-765. I have put the link in the description below. You can go there and download the form I-765 in a PDF format, and you can download and you can fill it up. It has very basic requirements like your name in the passport, when have you arrived in US, your H1B's details, that is his approved I-797 number, and all those small things that you need to add there, and it is very simple. You can do it by yourself. It's a matter of 10 minutes. Okay. So the second is fees. A fees of $410 is required to be paid. You can either pay it online or you can also make a check and submit it along with your documents in favor of US Department of Homeland Securities. Okay. Next comes the most important part, the documentation. What are the documents you need to submit along with your application, that is I-765. Okay. So the first document that you will need is your printed I-765. So once you fill it out, you need to print it and sign it. So the first thing is your completed and signed I-765. Okay. The second document that you will need is your spouse approved I-140. This is where I prove my eligibility for EAD. So whatever is your evidence of eligibility, you need to attach that. I attached my spouse approved I-140. You can attach your other evidence in whichever category you fall. Alright. The third document that is required is to prove your relationship with the H-1B holder. Like, I'm married to the H-1B holder, so to prove that I needed my marriage certificate as an evidence. So the third document that I attached is my marriage certificate. The fourth document I attached is my I-94. The day I arrived into US, the I-94 was generated and that is necessary to be attached to. Fifth, we need 2 photographs. Yes, your most recent photographs that are required in your visa size photograph are to be also added along with your supporting documents. And then we also need to add a check that we have made in favor of the department, the $410 check, that is also required to be added. So these are the basic documents that I have added, and these are the only documents. I have not added any other document and I was good to go with this. Now that you have gathered all your documents and your application is ready, the question arises where to send it. I have added the link below. You can go and see where you are eligible to send your documents. Actually, it varies from person to person. It totally depends on the H-1B visa holder. His visa number starts with certain digits, and whichever digits, there are different locations for the initials. So wherever you are qualified, you have to send your documents to that address. This being said, this is quite a process. It's time taking. So currently, as I had checked, the EAD application processing time was around 4 to 8 months. So you need to wait, you need to be patient, keep checking and hope your EAD gets approved ASAP and you start enjoying your work life. Thank you so much. This is from today and we will be back in the next video with another exciting topic. Till then, stay safe, stay blessed, and please like and share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.